Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. Buckle up. We're diving back into the Elle Duncan cinematic universe, where, of course, Caitlin Clark fans are apparently the bad guys for, let me check my notes, liking basketball and pointing out facts. Yep. Elle's at it again. So I've got some things to say regarding Elle Duncan. We are going to dive in. We're going to take a listen to this, and then and then we're gonna discuss.
Like hop on a soapbox for a second.
Please.
Getting a lot of because social media has returned to its nasty form, a lot of whenever ESPN PR is talking about this year's ratings.
All right, I will let it play through after this, but wow. It's returned to its nasty. First of all, social media has always been nasty. I mean, that's just the way it is. It's always been nasty. But of course, Elle Duncan got hurt in her feels. So see, when it goes against what Elle Duncan says is okay, that's when it's nasty form. If everybody's praising Elle Duncan and everyone's agreeing with Elle Duncan, it's the most wonderful place in the world. Anyway, let's go.
And they keep comparing it to 2023. And there is a nice, faction of social media that's like, you're ignoring last year. You're ignoring Caitlin Clark. You're ignoring, but, you guys, we knew last year was anomalous. 19 million for the national championship is bananas. 12 million for the Final Four is bananas. We had a feeling that it would probably not carry over to the next year because the truth is that Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, all of these girls are generational type of talents. And Caitlin Clark is like something that we have never seen before. So it stands to reason that as such, the ratings will be impacted when she is no longer in that space. The reason that we are comparing this year's numbers to 2023 is because before last year, 2023 was setting ratings marks because it was historic in nature. And so Caitlin's never going to get drafted again, and she's never going to play in the college space again. And so we have to compare the numbers to actually track and measure real growth from 2023 because that tells us, okay, this was not just a blip on the radar. It was a Caitlin Clark thing. It was last year's class. It's showing us that it is tracking that these ratings continue to grow and improve. And so I hope that people don't feel deflated in any type of way that the numbers this year were not the numbers that they were last year. We all knew that wasn't going to happen, friends. We all knew that. But we are still seeing huge, our tournament this year, as opposed to 2023, which is the year that we measure, is up 45%. And so to be able to witness, the complete buy-in, to witness the talent that's on the court, because that's also.
Oh, that's a lot. Oh, but let's talk about this soapbox sermon that Elle Duncan, I love that condescending voice too, right? That she used for all of you. Here she is throwing shade at the Caitlin Clark fans again for daring to notice that ESPN conveniently ignored Clark's monster ratings impact on women's basketball, both in college and the WNBA draft. So Elle's like, how dare you? How dare you, fans? You and your facts and numbers can't take it anymore. Oh my goodness. So anyway, here's the deal. Caitlin Clark is a ratings juggernaut. I think we all knew that. In 2023, she pulled record-breaking viewership in college hoops. It was not just 2024. In 2024, the WNBA Draft, by far, of course, the most watched ever. We know who the star of the show that was. If you do not know, I can tell you it rhymes with Maitland Clark. Yet Elle's out here like, Clark's impact is just this cute little coincidence. It's just this thing that happened. No. And look, don't even get me started on comparing this year's numbers to 2023 like it's some gotcha. Because newsflash, Clark was also the reason 2023 was huge. Okay, here we go. Wow. Okay. So she had claimed that the 2023 WNBA draft was a record until this year crushed it. Like, even if we take out Caitlin Clark in 2024 about how she's never going to be drafted again. Well, no one's ever going to be drafted again. That was just bizarre. But even if you take that out, 2023 was not the record, even though Elle had said it was. The record was all the way back to 2004. So there was no growth at all for 20 years. None. No growth, no hype, just crickets until Clark came along, and suddenly millions are tuning in. Millions are tuning in, which of course we all know is not a coincidence. College tournament ratings being up, down from last year, but up, still being massive. That is because of Caitlin Clark's fans going back and giving college ball a chance post Caitlin Clark. So you can't just erase Clark because it doesn't fit your narrative. And then the cherry on this wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Elle's going to drag Angel Reese into the conversation. Not only did she drag Angel Reese again with the old tired Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. No, she actually went the next step and called her a generational talent. Generational talent is what she called Angel Reese. You didn't think I'd skip that, did you? Oh, Elle Duncan.
Why? Why would you say that?
Generational. Angel Reese.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person.
Look, I'm not going to go on some hateful rant on Reese. Look, she's a solid rebounder, but that's all she is. Calling her a generational talent is absolutely insane. It's like calling me a Michelin star chef because I can make a mean PB&J. And I do. I do make one.
PB&J, my mom's recipe.
My grilled cheese is pretty damn good too, but that doesn't make me a Michelin star chef. I mean, look, I'll just go with reshot 43.8% inside 5 feet from last season, which is worse than the WNBA. That is not generational. There's nothing generational about it. I mean, generational hyperbole maybe. But anyway, here's where it gets really real. Elle Duncan isn't just wrong. She is a part of the problem that we are dealing with. Instead of celebrating Caitlin Clark's role in growing women's basketball, she's out here constantly scolding fans for caring. Elle's like that teacher who tells you just to stop asking questions because it's messing up her lesson plan. Stop noticing Clark's impact. It is ruining my vibe. Look, if Elle could make it happen, she'd make all the new fans do the walk of shame, like Cersei in King's Landing, right? But sadly, it's Elle. It's the entire WNBA and the rest of WNBA sports media who should be making that walk, because shame on them for all this nonsense we've been dealing with for the past year. This is not journalism. This isn't even really sports opinion. This is agenda-driven commentary that ignores reality. Elle is so focused on her narrative that she is ignoring and insulting the fans who are actually watching and making that growth happen. The growth she says is happening that she wants to celebrate. That's Caitlin Clark's fans, Elle Duncan. Millions tuned in for Clark. And a ton for college and for WNBA draft. Tons stuck around for college, stuck around for the WNBA draft. That's growth, Elle. And there's the bigger picture, right? We had the Olympic voting drama, Angel Reese getting a vote for Rookie of the Year, Cheryl Swoops, Annie Clark nonsense all the time, and her lying, Elle calling Clark the anomaly while ignoring her ratings. It is a pattern. We could go on and on. The media bending over backward to downplay Clark's impact, and it is going to push fans away. It is pushing fans away. Let me make it clearer. Constantly attacking the customer is not going to end well. Without Caitlin Clark fans, the WNBA has nothing. The CBA becomes nothing. The league becomes, say it with me, nothing. Ignore those fans at your peril, Elle. So why do I get fired up about stuff like this? Because women's basketball deserves better. Women's sports deserve better than the type of people that are covering it. Caitlin Clark is bringing new fans, new energy, new eyeballs to the sport. That is a good thing. But when folks like Elle Duncan, they dismiss those fans, they attack those fans, they call those fans ists and phobes and all this nonsense, pretending Clark's impact is just a fluke or worse. They are hurting the game they claim that they love. They claim that they want to see grow. And to be fair, I don't even believe Elle Duncan paid a damn second of attention to the WNBA pre-Clark anyway. Caitlin Clark Kent's fans are here because she's a once-in-a-generation player. She has brought something completely new to the women's game. She's entertaining to watch. She's exciting to watch. Elle, if you keep alienating them with condescending rants like this, don't be shocked when they change the channel. Women's basketball is on the rise. However, it is on very, very shaky ground because it is composed of Caitlin Clark fans. You get those Clark fans to say, you know what? I've had enough. I don't have to take this abuse much longer. Name that movie. And they will leave. And if they leave, you have nothing. So Elle, sweetheart, maybe take a breath. Take a breath from the soapbox. Give Caitlin Clark fans a little credit. Welcome them. They are not the problem. They're the solution to the growth of your sport. They're the reason your sport is growing. And to my fellow Caitlin Clark fans out there, keep being loud, keep showing up, keep proving them wrong. But maybe do it only for Caitlin Clark games. Halfway through the WNBA season, when everyone sees that Caitlin Clark games are out drawing 2.5 million viewers and non-Clark games are averaging 200K, they might get the message. Because I guarantee they're not getting the new CBA they want when the WNBA sees that difference in the ratings. Because they're not giving the whole league this massive chunk of cash when it's all on Caitlin Clark. It is a house of cards on top of quicksand. Anyway, that's all for today. Well, maybe not for, yeah, probably. I don't know. We'll see if I do another one. We'll see if there's anything good. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below. As always, appreciate you and your support. Thank you for checking out this video. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. And I will talk to you later.